Hello friends, welcome to Spiritual Morsels. You must have noticed the title I gave to today's message, Pray Like Nehemiah. I've heard people say, pray like Daniel, pray like Jesus, but never has anyone told me to pray like Nehemiah. The other day, I heard someone say that they don't like praying for the same matter twice. They said it shows a lack of faith. When I heard that, I was not sure of that judgment, of that conclusion. I started searching for an answer from the Word of God, and I felt a guidance to study the book of Nehemiah. Nehemiah was working as a personal wine taster of the king in the palace of King Artaxerxes. Chapter 1 verses 1 to 3 tells us that while Nehemiah was in the palace, he got a disturbing news about his motherland, Jerusalem. In the month of Kislev, in the 20th year of the reign of Artaxerxes, the 6th king of the Persian Empire, that is around 444 BC. This report from Jerusalem depressed Nehemiah. Jerusalem's wall was broken down. Its gates had been burned. This left the city defenseless against the attacks of their enemies. Nehemiah decided to pray. He says in verse 4, "When I heard this, I sat down and wept and moaned for days and fasted and prayed constantly before the God of heaven." He knew that there was nothing he could do, but he also knew that with God all things are possible. And he did not pray it and leave it. He said, "I prayed for days." How many days? Well, he said, "I started praying in the month of Kislev." The Hebrew month of Kislev is our November, December. He continued praying with great sorrow until in chapter 2, verse 1, when the king noticed his sorrow in the month of Nisan, that is March, April. So from Kislev, November, December, to Nisan, March, April, he prayed for 4 months until he got an answer from the Lord. If today you are facing an impossible situation in your life like Nehemiah, a situation where you can't do anything, but like Nehemiah, I want to encourage you to believe that with God, all things are possible, and start praying like Nehemiah till you receive your answer. Let me tell you, the people had been trying to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem for a long time. They were stopped by this same king, Artaxerxes. You will understand this if you read Ezra chapter 4, verse 17 to 23. But when one man decided to cry out before the Lord till he sees heaven move in his favor, the very same king who stopped the rebuilding of the wall a few years ago not only gave him permission to rebuild the wall, but provided all that was needed for Nehemiah to go and rebuild it. That is the power of persistent prayer. I want to encourage you today, my dear friends. Pray it like you mean it. Pray it till you receive it. Your miracle, your victory, the answer to your prayer is coming to you. It's on the way. Receive it by faith. God bless you.